Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to go over my 2024 compound bow hunting setup. I built this bow this year, actually within the last several days, with one thought in mind. How do I make a bow that's an effective hunting tool at the lowest price point possible? Now that statement's going to mean different things to different people, but over the last couple of years I've had an opportunity to shoot dozens of different kinds of bows, and I've really started to hone in on what I need for an effective hunting rig. I'm going to get into the actual price point of this bow a little later in the video, but right off the bat I want to give you a rundown of what I'm looking for in a bow. I have a long draw length, so that means most of the bows on the market just aren't for me. I have a 31.5-inch draw, and I need a bow that's going to hit that 31.5-inch mark. This is a Bear Resurgence long draw. This is a couple years old model, but it goes out to 32 inches with an adjustable draw length dial on the bottom cam. It was easy to set up for myself. I didn't even have to put the bow in a press to set it to my draw length, and it fits my draw length really well at the 31.5-inch setting. This bow is only 32 inches axle to axle. That means from this pin to this pin is 32 inches. That means it's not super comfortable to hold at full draw for taking longer shots. But quite frankly, I don't need to take longer shots from a tree stand to hunt whitetails. So I have a simple 3-pin sight on here for 20, 30, and 40 yards. Most of my shots are going to be inside of that 20-yard mark, and honestly, I'm not trying to take too many shots outside of 30 yards. This bow has a yoke cable, which means I don't have to go hunting for different shims or top hats to tune this bow if I ever need to adjust center shot with the cables. I can just add a twist to one side and take a twist out of the other, and I can start to adjust that cam lean and tune the center shot of this bow. That's something that's important to me because I like to tune all my bows at home. So the different accessories that I put on here are kind of a mix and match of different things that I could find at a low price point. Everything on this bow would be easy to find at either Walmart or your local sporting goods store. As I mentioned, I have a 3-pin sight. This is a Trophy Ridge Joker. You can find them for $25 or $30 just about anywhere. I have a Trophy Ridge stabilizer on here. Again, another $20, $25 find. My quiver I got off Amazon last year. So this was a $40 find. It's a Bone Collector G5 quiver. I took the medallion off of it just because I thought it kind of looked tacky. The arrow rest is another item that I already had. This is a QAD Ultra Rest Hunter. I've had it for several years floating around different bows. The QAD rest is just something I'm comfortable with, and I've learned how to tune with them, so I just haven't been able to get rid of them. If you really needed to, you could go out and find a whisker biscuit to put on this bow, and you could find it for $20 or $30 easy. This particular rest I actually ended up getting on the used market for about 40 bucks. The D-loop material is easy to come by. I think I got 4 feet of it for about $6. The peep sight, again, was $8 or $9, and it's a 3/16 inside diameter peep sight. The arrows were another great budget find. These are the Easton 6.5 Hunters. I found 6 of them for $47, and then I ended up adding some heavier brass inserts that I bought off eBay. Now for the broadhead, these were sponsored to my channel by Vantage Point Archery. VPA is an American company making their products right here in the USA. They're a manufacturer whose product I bought out of my own budget for several years prior to them partnering with the channel, and they're a brand that I have a lot of faith in. This particular arrowhead is the 3-blade solid construction 100 grain broadhead. These are easy to sharpen at home, they're tough as nails, and you can use them for multiple seasons. You can get a 3-pack of this broadhead for $56. That's about middle of the pack as far as broadhead prices goes. I went out to the local Walmart the other day and took a look around, and I found broadheads from $25, which quite frankly I just would not use, all the way up to $65 for a 3-pack of some of the top of the line expandables. So for a $56 price point, you can have a broadhead that's made in America, backed by a great company with a hard to beat lifetime warranty, and you're going to be able to use this broadhead with relatively little maintenance for years to come. For me, that's a no-brainer. and I love being able to support a homegrown company like VPA. So I'm hoping to get this bow out this weekend, as it's the season opener for early archery. I'm going to try to shoot a couple of deer with it this year and show you guys that for a relatively low price point, you can have an extremely effective hunting tool, and you don't have to be scared off by some of those super high-end flagship bow price points. I've seen a lot of bows coming out recently, MSRP of $2,000. That's just not something that a guy like me can get into if you just want to go out and shoot a couple of deer every year. Now let's look at the actual price point of this bow. The bow itself, without any of the accessories, I got on sale for 320 bucks. These are MSRPing for about $399, and they're pretty easy to come by. This is a couple years old Bear model. Bear is not a channel sponsor, but it is another American-made company that I'm pretty happy to be supporting. With all the accessories completely ready to hunt, the finished product here was about $550. That's going to be a pretty hard price point to beat for an effective hunting tool that you can have a lot of confidence in. You may be able to get a ready to hunt bow package somewhere for less than $500, but at that price point, personally, I begin questioning the quality of the components, and I start to lose a little bit of confidence in the overall quality of that package. So I hope this video is helpful to you guys and gives you a better idea of what you're looking at as you get into the bow hunting game. As always, guys, I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, and God bless.